Alright, what is going on, everyone? So today, not really going to do too much of an intro, just going to say I'm going to be doing a Supreme Hellraiser review. Hellraiser, the classic horror movie. Supreme's doing a collaboration with them in a couple days on Thursday, and I'm going to be discussing that, sort of going over all the collab pieces that I've seen, and then also maybe going over the lookbook stuff. I may save that though for Wednesday, tomorrow, for the full lookbook review, or not the full lookbook review, the full week review. So today I'm just going to be going over the collaboration solo. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm really going to get straight into it. Subscribe if you're new, drop a like, and both those would be appreciated if you guys are new. But anyways, let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna go over like the whole collection, every single item that we know of. Now, this is a pretty big collaboration, like a big collection. Typically with like these TV series, when Supreme collaborates with last year with Akira, and then this year right here with Hellraiser, we're gonna have bigger collections. So this may be a longer video going over the whole collaboration, but the first item we have is the trench coat. Now, looking at the trench coat, I'm not a fan. Again, it just has the Hellraiser right there going all the way down. And looking at this, again, it's like all around it. And, you know, it's going to be a more expensive item. No, it will not resell. I know you guys are going to ask that. Personally, I don't think many items or any items from the Hellraiser collab will resell that heavily, if at all. But looking at this, this definitely won't. It's going to be expensive retail, though. And personally, I'm not hating on this collaboration. I think it's a good collab because there's no need to hate in it because it's a classic sort of movie. And the reason a lot of people hate in it is because it's not really like, you know, like a appeal to many hypebeasts, and many people actually haven't even watched Hellraiser, me included. I haven't even watched the movie, so I don't know anything about it, so it leaves me confused. But looking into it, it's not a bad collection, so I can't hate in it. But that's the first item I'm dropping. Next up, we do have the BDU shirt. Now, basically, this shirt is just like a whole camo, and on the front, there's nothing, but on the back, it does have the Hell on Earth thing right there, the Hellraiser again in the center. Now, looking at this, again, this is sort of cool. I actually like the camo a lot, but again, I'm not a huge fan of this item altogether, and also I haven't even watched the movie. So personally, me copying any of this collaboration is sort of a no, because I would prefer to have knowledge on it to actually buy it at first. But I mean, it's not a huge thing nowadays, but looking at this, I really don't even know about it, so I'm probably gonna drop this item altogether. And you know, the BDU shirt just isn't a great item. Next up, we do have the sweater. Now, looking at the sweater again on the front, it's actually just sort of like a screen printed, like sort of like a drawn Hellraiser right there on the front. And the back, it says that same thing that said on the BDU shirt. But looking at this, again, it's sort of cool. I actually like the design of the front. And this would be the one item I would cop. But again, I'm just not really a huge fan of this collaboration together. And again, watching a movie is a big deal to me. But looking at this, I haven't even seen it. I don't really get it too much. But I can sort of get the theme from the name and then the back of this item. But looking at it, I mean, again, it'll probably retail like $148. So looking at this, I'm probably gonna drop this, probably $128 retail or something like that, but it's a drop for me. Next up, we have a football jersey. Very interesting item to drop, especially for a collaboration like this. But looking at it, here's like all the photos of it. There are all the colorways. You have a black colorway, a white colorway, and then we also have another camo colorway. But looking at this, I mean, I guess my favorite color would have to be that back colorway, and you guys see the design right there on the back. I'm not sure what it stands for. I can't even really see. I'm trying, I promise. But looking at this, it just looks like it's like an H on the back or something like that. I can't really tell, but obviously on the front, you guys know what it is. I've just said it like 20 times. It's a Hellraiser, but looking at this, it's personally an item I would drop, so I'm not gonna cop this. It's a very weird item to drop with a collaboration like this. They typically like to expand and drop a bunch of items that are sort of random with collabs like this, so I mean, it's not like too weird, but it's a bit different, and it's a drop. Next up, we do have the skate pant. Now looking at these, again, the same design to match the trench coat, so I think that was sort of planned there. But looking at these, again, I'm not gonna be buying these skate pants. They actually are pretty dope to me, but I'm not personally not gonna just buy them at all. So again, that's another drop for me. Really don't need to discuss too much on it. It's gonna be like $138, $148, something like that. I mean, yeah, pants are typically that much. But looking at these, it's a drop, so I'm not copping. Next up, we do have the mesh shorts to match the football jersey. Now looking at this again, it's sort of lazily done. It's the exact same design that's been on a lot of things now. And looking at it again, it's the exact same thing, the Hellraiser, and the exact same thing, Hell on Earth. But looking at that, I mean, it's just an immediate drop for me. I'm not gonna cop this, and I'm just not really too into it. I mean, I bought a bunch of shorts recently, so I don't need more. But also looking at this item, it's just not really too well done, so it's a drop for me, but it's a good collab. Next up, we do have the hooded sweatshirt. Now looking at this again, it's the exact same design. There's been so many items, very basic sort of item they would make for most collaborations, like especially like sort of portrait tees. They would make hoodies like this, pretty similar, just like the Michael Jackson ones they made a while back. But looking at these, I'm just not buying them. It's a drop. I don't even want to discuss it anymore. Now, as we could expect, they do have a zip up. Now looking at the zip up again, there's nothing on the front. Obviously it's a zip up, so they really can't put too much on the front. Looking at the back, they have the same design they usually do, except it's in black and white, so no color. And it also says Hell on Earth there, but looking at this item, I'm personally not a huge fan. I mean, it's actually a woven patch, I believe, on the back. So I mean, that's sort of cool, but again, it doesn't matter, woven patch or not, I'm just not a fan of things that are really woven all together. And especially looking at this zip up, I'm just not a huge fan of it because it just doesn't really fit my style. So going off my personal style and going off of like this collaboration in general, I'm just dropping. Next up, we do have the Pinhead tee. Now looking at this tee, again, I'm not buying it. I mean, yeah, this is actually one of the cooler items in my opinion. I sort of like the white colorway, but again, I'm pretty sure on the back it may say Hell on Earth, I'm not sure. But looking at this item, I'm not really gonna buy it. So I mean, it's a drop for me. I mean, it's personally one of the better items to me because I like how it just sort of looks like it's not like a square, rectangle, or any of that, just sort of like right on there. If that makes sense, you guys may understand me. But looking at this, it's a bit of a different kind of screen print, which I like. So this item's pretty cool, but it's just a drop. Next up, we do have the Hell on Earth tee. Now looking at this again, it's just that pretty similar design right there on the front. Now looking at this again, it's the Pinhead guy, obviously, and then right there, you know, he's just holding. I don't know what that is. Again, I can't really tell. If someone can leave it down below, I'd appreciate it. Someone that's watched the movie, I don't understand it. But looking at this, again, I'm not really too big of a fan. I do like sort of how like the black colorway, you can't really tell that has like a border on it. So it just looks like he's sort of like holding it like outside the photo, which I think that's cool. It's nothing really crazy. The front design's sort of basic. And then also on the back, it just says the same thing it said on pretty much every single item. But looking at this, again, I'm not gonna buy it. It's a drop for me. So I'm just gonna leave it alone like I have for pretty much all the collab. Next up, we do have the beanie. Now on the front, I believe it just has the Pinhead guy right there, and then on the back it just has Supreme in the old English font sort of embroidered on there. And the first one I believe is a patch actually, and the back side is embroidered if I'm correct. But looking at this again, it doesn't matter embroidery or not. I do love embroidery, but again, it's a drop for me. It's just, I mean, again, this HELLRAISER collaboration I'm not a huge fan of. The beanie is sort of sick. I like the patch, I like it all, but it's just, again, I can't really buy it since I don't know it. That's personally my thoughts. Next up, we do have the skate deck. It probably will be right here, but looking at that again, the skate deck has a pretty simple design we've seen on pretty much every item, or not every item, but majority of the items we've seen this pretty simple design right here. The Pinhead guy holding, again, I still don't know what it is. It looks like an H, but I can't really identify it too well. But looking at that, again, it's just that design is on the back, and then on the front, again, you would put grip tape over it, but there it just says HELLRAISER, I believe, and then it just says Supreme with the BOGO right under there. But looking at this, again, it's a drop for me. I mean, the skate decks are one of the cooler items personally to me, but again, it doesn't matter to me. This whole collab for me is sort of just not something I enjoy too much. Bit of a hypebeast instinct if you want to call it that, but again, I don't know HELLRAISER too well, so I'm just not a fan of this. And the final item from this collaboration is the keychain. Now the keychain is actually probably the most hyped item from this collaboration. Bit of a weird item to sort of take the lead. Again, I don't know why keychains have had such a move this season on like weeks. It was like one of the most hyped items on a week was a cactus keychain, which is sort of odd, but looking at this, again, it's just a metal keychain, nothing crazy. And it is sort of cool. I like the concept, like making a metal keychain out of the Pinhead guy. I think that's sort of cool. But looking at it again, just this whole HELLRAISER collaboration is a drop for me. So this keychain, I'm not buying anything from HELLRAISER as of now. If I'd watched the movie, maybe I would have understood it a bit more, thought it was a bit more dope. But to me, it just wasn't really too well done. I think it's like very similar, and a lot of the items to like the Akira collaboration, a lot of very similar items, similar design usage. But looking at this, it's a personal drop for me. I'm not buying anything for this collaboration. Let me know down below though if you're buying anything from this, because I'm not. It's a drop, and that's pretty much it. Anyways, before you all click off the video, please do not forget to subscribe below if you are new, and also drop a like in this video. Let's go for 300 likes in this video. I think that's a pretty good goal, and I'd appreciate if you hit that goal. And anyways, I just want to say thank you all for watching this video as usual. Let me know your thoughts on this whole HELLRAISER collaboration. Personally, to me, it's not like a terrible collaboration, but I just don't feel like it appeals to the general sort of public because not many people know it. But it's a classic movie, so I can't hate on this collaboration too much. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Thank you all for watching, and as always, peace out.